Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. If you are feeling the show, you want to show the Queen some love, give us some likes in the YouTube chat right now and throw some crowns in there because we're about to get into some queendom. All right. We've reached a part of the show where we talk about our relationships, the challenges we face in our lives, and how we overcame them. That's right. It's time for our queendom. All right, everybody. Tonight's topic was inspired by an article from XO Nicole, and we'll focus on the weight of being the first in your family to break generational curses. Now, the feature talks about how the journey to success for a lot of Black women stems from breaking generational curses, such as poverty, a lack of resources, and a lack of opportunities to get us out of that vicious cycle. Now, the article also stated the experience usually starts during our adolescence by way of elder family members telling us to keep books before boys and stay focused in school. Now, while the idea itself is digestible, it can sometimes result in Black women experiencing a disconnect within their own families. Have you queens ever felt the weight of being the first in your family to break generational curses? Lisa Ray, let's start with you. What do you think about this?
It's necessary. Mm-hmm. It's necessary for the behavior of how our elders were taught and what they accepted then, because change happens. And when things allow you to have different experiences, you must change. And I have had that throughout my family. I am going through a generational curse where, some mothers and daughters just don't get along. You know what I mean? And it's almost like, why is that? And I'm a daddy's girl. And so I lean more towards my daddy. But the reality of it is that he just let me have my way more. So I went towards him. That is what any kid would do. She would say no. She was more of the disciplinary. And I was like, I want to go over here because you're going to say no. And I knew that. So I became a bit manipulative. I want to break that generational curse where I don't have that relationship with my daughter, and my daughter don't have that relationship with her mother. So breaking any kind of generational curse is this kind of, stand on, kind of like, if you're the first one, everybody's going to point the finger at you and expect it from you. And it's heavy, you know what I mean? So you got to find a balancing act between the two. So I think I concur. I believe that you should take a position to be the first and be strong enough to show that you can, I can, we can.
Okay. Selena, have you felt the weight of being the first in your family to break the generational curses?
This is a very, very intricate and conversation that has a lot of depth to it. And I'm going to try really, really hard to just be very, very concise. In terms of my mother, I understand and I concur with Lisa Ray. It's almost impossible to escape some of our mother's traits, and some of our mother's traits, and some of our mother's traits when they have never been broken, when those generational curses haven't been broken because they have not been acknowledged. And because the previous generations have not healed from them, have not acknowledged their traumas and healed from them. So then they become passed down. In regards to my father, I'm trying very hard to break the generational curse that was passed down to us, passed down to me, basically in the music industry. The music industry is a very aggressive, dirty, slick beast, and from the beginning of time, it has been, slick and aggressive and dirty against Black people. And so my dad, he's saying when they were burning crosses in the grass, and he, so the kind of resentment that he has built up has passed down to me, and the type of underrated energy has passed down to me. So I'm trying to break that generational curse off of my own children. You know what I'm saying? But in order for me to do that, I have to acknowledge my traumas. So I go to therapy. My therapist's name is Love McPherson. I deal with my traumas and I identify them and try to heal from them. I think that's the only way that we can start to tackle these generational curses, by calling them out and by saying, this is a generational curse and that's a generational curse. And yes, I'm in it and I'm broken from it and I need to heal from it. So it's a very convoluted conversation, and it can't be solved in a couple of seconds and minutes, but I am definitely trying every day to break those generational curses for my sons, because I want them to be strong and I want them to be free. You know what I'm saying?
Makes
From
sense.
anything that I have been traumatized from. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's
Very
important.
good.
It's important.
Thank you so much. Vivica, do you feel the pressure amongst your family to be the first to, you know, break this curse? All right, it's going to stop here. Do you feel the pressure to break the generational curses?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I do. I mean, I'm just very blessed in my family that I'm the first to be in show business, and they're very proud of me. And they've been here through the good, bad, and the ugly, and have been so supportive. So no, I mean, I don't. There's other things like in show business and things like that I experience, but when it comes to my family, no, I'm very fortunate.
And that is absolutely wonderful too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I kind of relate to that. When you said that, I was like, it's not really that much. That's a different perspective too. I don't feel that either. I feel no one in my family. My father was a drummer back in the day, and he still is really, really good. He's so good at that. But as far as like this field, no one's in it, and they kind of all brag on me. My grandma had a whole tribute wall up to me when I would come home. Like, she had found all my little whack modeling pictures and tape them to the walls.
Baby, they all still got my jet and ebony and all that child, so they proud.
I don't feel pressure to break the curse as far as career, but I do feel I put pressure on myself to try to change some things that I think is a pattern in some families. Like, I will say, as far as like how we show love or affection, right?
Yes, exactly. Other things.
My
like
mother's side of the family from Italy, right? They show love, but they don't say it. They don't say it, but I think people kind of got the wrong impression. Like when I talked about my mom, oh, she don't have love for her mother and the white black thing. And no, my mother sacrificed everything for her kids. There was a time I found out as an adult, when my brother graduated college, I didn't even know my mother did this. Like, we were not doing well financially. I just got to LA, and I didn't know that my mother, she was working 2 jobs, and my brother needed books. So she sold some stuff like furniture from our living room to get the money for my brother's books in college. And he graduated. He's an educator now. He's a coach. He's married to like a boss. They have the Cosby family set up. Like, my mother, maybe the curse, one of our generational curses is expressing love better to my friends sometimes and people I love, and stop trying to do everything alone. And stop trying to feel like you got to have the cape and I got it, and not letting people know. Like, I was having a time this weekend, and I'm a beach, full transparency this weekend. I've been dealing with some stuff, and I reached out to Selena. I'm like, Selena, I need a therapist like right now. It was like crisis for me. And I overthink a lot of things. And I also take on everybody else's stuff. And I think we got to, like, that is a generational curse. And I think a lot of Black women do that. We be like this, I got you. Oh, you going through this? Let me help you. And then we put ourselves last. And there's nothing left. There's nothing left at the end of the day.
Can I chime in on that really quick? Claudia, that is going to come with maturity. That you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to our little thing, because we got our producers that, what is the thing with Nissan? We have to get this in real quick because our time is going by so fast tonight, Claudia.
All right. So for those that missed it,
I mean, I'd love to come back to it.
Pouring my heart out, y'all. Okay.
I know, but baby, we got to take care of our business. We got to take care of our business, and then we come back to it. Okay.
For those of you who missed it, let's take another look at this Black History moment.